Ireland over Japan, maybe exercising some of those demons from the Rugby World Cup. 39 points to 31 winners without the British and Irish Lions. It is 2 o'clock in the morning. Forgive me, guys, if this gets a bit messy. We've got Wales currently singing their national anthem. We better motor. But 39-31. Hell of a game. I watched the All Blacks beat Tonga 102 points to nil. Had a 2-hour sleep and got up to watch this game and was blessed to see some proper test match rugby. I counted, I think, 7 lead changes in this game. This game was bonkers, like proper back and forth stuff. Good to see fans in the stadium in Dublin. Very limited numbers, but that still adds that little bit of vibe and atmosphere to the game. What didn't add viable atmosphere was the fact that Jimeno was injured in the warm-up, so they had to replace him, which is just dreadful because he is quite literally one of their best players, and he adds so much to that team. You can't help but wonder what could have been if he was in the squad, but that's not the kind of thing you can think about. What will be. It started off kind of poorly for Ireland. I thought they conceded a couple of penalties early, and the Japanese kicked the first one to make it 3 points to nil. But that seemed to be a little bit of a wake-up call because the Irish guys went relentlessly through their work, which culminated in a Chris Farrell try on 8 minutes. He's a very big unit of a man and a very hard man to bring down when he is close to the line, and he's got a head of steam up, which he did. 7 points to 3. That being said, neither side really liked taking restarts in this game. Something that the coaches will be wanting to work on because Ireland conceded a penalty from the restart on 10 minutes, which the Japanese opted not to go for the kick at goal. Tamura could have nailed that one, but they opt to go for a touch. They go for a maul. The backs jump into that maul, and sure enough, Michael Leach goes over for the first Japanese try, so it is 10 points to 7. We've got a lead change. We're only 10 minutes in, and the lead has already changed twice. 16 minutes, the Japanese opt for touch again. And that was all from an up and under regathered in the Japanese own half, so they were quite willing to throw the ball around. Very entertaining side. And on 18 minutes, they went 10 phases, and this time Lafayette went over. Your man Tamura really threaded the needle, but TMO checked it and saw that pass was forwards out of the hand, so that one was chalked off, which was unfortunate for them because it would have been back-to-back scores, and in this game, back-to-back scores was pretty darn hard to come by. 21 minutes, the Japanese conceded a scrum penalty, and then one of the guys changed his line when running back from a kick, which meant that it was Ireland's turn to kick for touch, 5-metre line of their own, but not straight. And if there was a few signs of rust in the Irish lineup, maybe the line-out throwing was one of them. The line-out was not operating at kind of optimal efficiency in this game. Bloody hell, Wales and Canada have just kicked off. Let's go. Carberry runs into Doris as well. Bit of obstruction, which leads to a Japanese scrum, and I'm kind of shaking my head at that point. I'm thinking, come on, Ireland, man. I know Japan's got 2 games under their belt at this point, with one against the British and Irish Lions and one against the Sunwolves. But you're thinking if the Japanese can get a couple of quick-fire scores, then you don't want to be chasing this game against this Japanese team. And fortunately for them, 25 minutes, Carberry chips and chases. He regathers it in kind of the bravest way possible, and that he's sliding on the ground into the knees of one of the Japanese players, but he secures the ball. They get the ball out to the left wing. Peter Armani barrels Michael Leach over and then offloads like a proper star to McCloskey, who goes over for the score. They missed the conversion, so it was 12-10. 29 minutes, Tamura does opt for 3, so they change and tack the Japanese. But it's off the post, that one. Unfortunately for Jordan Lama, he has to go off injured, so Shane Daly comes on. 35 minutes, the Japanese go back in front. This time it's Lafayette who is able to slide over the line. Apparently it was lightly raining, not enough that you could see on the camera anyway, but that helped with the ability to slide across the pitch. It was a cross kick from Tamura to Fifita, who gets the ball to Lafayette, and it's 17 points to 12. It's another lead change. Honestly, this game was just back and forth because it was Japan's turn to concede a penalty from the restart. Ireland's turn for a 5-metre lineup. They did go close, but that time Matsushima was able to shut Carberry down. Goodness me, one of the Canadian guys looks to be injured. That's unfortunate. 40 minutes, Carberry gets held up, but they go back for the advantage. And on the next attempt, your man Finlay Beelum goes over. Oh no, it's one of the Welsh guys. Oh, it's Lee Halfpenny in his 100th. That doesn't look good at all. So yeah, Beelum goes over. And the conversion does as well. So it's 19 points to 17 at halftime. 2-point game. Proper test match. Run meters is 166 to 178. Japan edging it. Possession 50-50. Territory 55-45. So pretty even stuff. Disappointingly for Ireland, their lineout's 6 from 9. Whereas the Japanese are 4 from 4. And the Japanese tackling is like phenomenal, 93%, even though they've conceded a few tries. Whereas Ireland's at 79, which is pretty disappointing, but maybe speaks to a little bit of that rust. Second half, things come out flying again. Chris Farrell, he has to go off for an HIA. He gets knocked out, clearly knocked out, which is terrible news for him. He fails the HIA quite obviously, but you could tell as soon as you saw him on the ground. It wasn't a good look. But what was a good look was Fafita's try. It's another Tamura move, man. A pick and go from the base of the ruck. He runs blindside, does old Tamura, and he grubbers it through for Fafita, who goes over 24 points to 19. I want to know who's the next guy off the rank for Japan if Tamura ever goes down, because he always seems to be the guy. But anyway, 48 minutes, Josh van der Fleer goes over. It's relentless from both sides. He peels off a maul, and then they go through some phases. They get it to Doris. Jameson Gibson-Bach has a snipe, goes close, but then Van der Fleer is the man who finally converts the try, 26-24. And then Ireland are the team who are able to get the back-to-back scores, and this is kind of the winning of the game. It's Stockdale who gets a try. It's a line-out move. It goes to Kelleher, who he's the one who throws it in. They secure the ball, and then the next pass is out to Kelleher, who just thunders up. And next, like phase or two, Jameson Gibson-Park is able to throw a wide ball out to Stockdale, who goes over. Matsushima had also just gone off for Japan, which was pretty unfortunate news. So on the injury front, neither side coming out of this kind of that well. But it's 33 points to 24, like actually a pretty secure looking lead. But you say that, and then 56 minutes, Saito manages to get a try, and he's got wheels. He's got absolute wheels. Masarewa's got a kick return. He does the kind of shimmy steps, which he is really well known for if you've ever seen him playing in Super Rugby. Offloads it to Mafi, who gets it to Fafita, who gets it to Saito, and he's too quick for Carberry. 33-31. Back to being game on, but Ireland settled things down. They slot 2 penalties on 61 and 68 minutes, and that takes it 36-31, then 39-31. And that is the final score. So it's a 2-score game in the end, so that Ireland are kind of able to control the game for the final kind of, 10-12 minutes pretty comfortably. The TMO did overrule, the ref overruled the TMO at one point for Masarewa getting taken out in the air for an obstruction one. So that was, I don't know, you look at the penalty count, it was 13 by Japan and just 7 by Ireland. So it's almost double. So I'm sure Japanese fans will be a little bit perturbed at that kind of count being a bit lopsided. But in terms of individual performances, Josh van der Fleer was immense. He makes 13 out of 15 tackles. He's the top guy for Ireland. Fafita for Japan had a better game than he did against the British and Irish Lions. 75 run meters, beats 6 defenders. He's a proper unit. But like I said, we're kind of wee bit concerned for the likes of Matsushima and Lama and Farrell, but we'll see how things go. Possession finishes 55-45 and territory 62-38. So I think Ireland really in the second half, especially, were able to kind of squeeze and control the game. But yeah, like I said, proper test match for them. And I think they'll be better because some of the Ireland stuff was kind of controllable. Like their line out will get better. Their tackling percentage did get better. It finished in the 80s instead of 70s in the first half. But Japan have certainly shown that they're quite capable still of giving anyone a bit of a bloody nose. And they keep doing that. They're going to pick up more wins, man. It's inevitable. They are a classy outfit. They finished with more run meters, 346 to Ireland's 295. Ireland finished with more kicks from hand, 32 to 27. So Yeah, pretty good game. Heaps of lead changes. Proper test match, like I said. I'm going to go. This game's 2 minutes in because Lee Halfpenny just had a huge injury layoff. He's gone off on a stretcher, which is pretty bad news. And it looks like Canada's just missed their first shot at goal. But anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. It is 2 o'clock in the morning. Wish me luck because I've still got Wales and Canada and then the British and Irish Lions against the Lions to go. I'll be finishing up at like 6 in the morning just when my kids get out of bed. Joyous. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.